Welcome to my channel. This is going to be a video for hashtag Flip Through Friday as suggested by Christina's Shack. So you can check her out, and the hashtag, there's lots of other types of flip throughs. Today I thought I'd flip through my reverse collage book, which is inspired by Dee Dee Willingham, and I'll link her below. If you're not familiar with her, you need to check her out. She does reverse collage and lots of other artistic stuff. She's very, very talented and such a good person and teacher. So she uses a lot of abandoned places books. I didn't have any of those, so I started in Unforgettable Ancient Sites, which are sort of like ruins. And I have to, here is a caveat, is that these are all for my own personal use. I'm not selling any of this. These are copyrighted images. I'm just playing with them for my own enjoyment. So what you do is you take a page, like maybe something like this. So the reverse collage part is you paint out what you don't want, and then the collage is you add things to it and you paint it out. So it's really like a mixed media collage. So this is one of the first ones I did, and I was very happy with it. So this was in 2019. So obviously the structure here was present and this room. Everything else was painted out and added on. So I added a page of guppies. These planets are actually from jelly prints that I did. So it's another great way to use your jelly prints. And then this is just some magazine images painted on. And I turned the eye here into like a little tiny galaxy. And Dee Dee does a lot of work with like wispy clouds and things. So I tried my best at that. So I had these clouds going into this like void. She uses a theme of space a lot. She often incorporates elements of time, like watches and stuff. I did that on a few pages, but I did want to do my own take on it because nobody can do it like Dee Dee. So first I'm going to show all my completed pages, and then I'll show you a few works in progress or ideas that I have. This one here, I have this amphitheater and these statues, and I decided to play with the whole Venus theme, and I added just a page from a magazine. And here, the other thing Dee talks about is if you rip pages, if you rip your edges, you get a better seam. So like here, this is more of a straight, you get a better blend. This is more of a straight edge. It's harder to blend. And this here where it's ripped, it is easier to blend. I don't know if you can see that. So in this magazine page, there was different colors of backgrounds behind the lady. So I extended those up, and it's a great way to practice color matching. So extended those up. I put a little strip of the magazine down here, like just this little part, and then I blended the colors up as well. I threw in a volcano that had some explosions, and I think, yeah, and then I added my own fireworks up there. And these pages, when I do them, I do coat them with a varnish, a water-soluble varnish by Deco Art that Dee Dee recommends. And then I put this headline. I don't know where I got this headline, but it says famous volcano has strange effect on women. So that also inspired this sort of spread. So I have these two, Venus modern and ancient meeting, and a volcano, and this isn't painted. This is actually, I cut out a piece of space and I glued it on there. But the rest of the space is painted. So black acrylic paint. The other thing Dee Dee talks about is when you use matte acrylic paint, and you use matte medium to glue everything down, and then that way you can go over with colored pencil. So this is colored pencil work here. A little bit of paint and then colored pencil work. And then after you gloss it with the varnish. All right, and this was also in 2019. I think 2019 is when I did most of these, but I did do a few more recent ones. This one is 2020, and on this page, this was here, these buildings, and this tunnel. And I think the rest was added. So this was a mountain scene here, so I split it and put it on the other page, and I added these monkeys, some jewelry, These are just little bits of colored paper, and then I painted it in to look like water. Dee Dee does that quite a bit. She does a lot of water. This elephant, I think he had a little bit of water spraying out, but I extended it so that it's filling this up. Again, these are jelly print planets. That's a tongue twister. And then I just played with fun, you know, colored pencil and acrylic paints just to add some interesting surrealism. That's a hard word to say, but. And then this planet that's torn out of a book, and then I, you know, incorporated it, had it kind of bursting through here. And when Dee Dee does hers, she doesn't explain what she's thinking about. She just lets the viewer make up their own story. All right, so our next completed page is this one. This is one of my favorite ones. This was 2019. So originally these pillars were here, and I think that's all that was here. Everything else was added. You can see, like here, you can see a little bit of the text showing through. So everything else is painted out. So I incorporated a couple doors. This one I think was from a magazine, a travel magazine. This one that's functional, that was from a Catherine Anderson. Oh yeah, so the scene behind here, that was in the book as well. So I incorporated a bit of the book here. These little doors that close. And I did coat them with matte medium very carefully just to give them a little bit more strength. And then I added this eyeball, the turtle, and this iceberg. This was from a magazine, and so were these fish. The steps, I liked how the steps from this door, how I blended them into the steps of the existing pillars. And then I kind of made essence of steps going up there. I don't know if you can see that. Bring it in a little closer. And then another thing Dee Dee shows is how to do like nebulization with colored pencils. So over your acrylic matte acrylic paint or like craft paint, you can use colored pencils to make some light nebulization effects. And then she does star splatters with craft paint watered down a little bit and then splattered on. So when I do that, I try to cover elements I don't want to splatter because I'm not very adept at the splattering, but all of this is blended in. It's a great way, like I said, this isn't, you know, I don't make these to sell, but it's a great way to practice painting techniques. I've learned a lot doing these pages. This is the most recent page. This was 2022. I actually did this for a collab video for Makers of Mixed Media group, and the theme was eclectic evolution, I think it was. So obviously what was here first was Stonehenge. You can see Stonehenge, and then I added a lot of different elements, painted out the night sky. So I thought of evolution of architecture, evolution of people, you know, the sea, and then I incorporated jelly prints into the sea. And I have a whole video on making the jelly prints for this. And I talk more about this page on my video for the Makers Collab. The other thing, Dee Dee also started taking some of her collages and altering them a bit in Procreate. And I did do this with this one, where I blended in the seam a bit. So maybe I'll put an insert of it right here to show you how that looks and kind of like enhance some of the star shines and did a bit more blending. So the next completed page is this one, and this was in 2021. So what was here was this building. I'm not sure if these pillars were here because you can see I did seam some together. I think maybe some of these rocks were here and then I added to them. I believe that's what I did. And then I added different images. Again, some jelly prints here. These planets, are they jelly prints? I think they're actually alcohol ink. bits, maybe from a jelly print. And then a lot of nebulization. I love underwater, like water themes. I really enjoy water themes. So I'll just give you like a close-up of that. And Dee Dee doesn't often put people in her collages, but I thought this scuba diving lady was, well, snorkeling lady, I thought she was kind of fun. And I love turtles, sea turtles. So it's sort of like a space water theme, and you got some, maybe the turtle came out of this building here. All right, so the next finished one is this one here, and this was from 2019. So what was existing was this statue and this building with the columns. So I added this tiger head, and then I painted out the body of the tiger head. So that was resting in this hand that I got from a magazine. And here is where I did use some of Dee Dee's idea of using time elements, using watches. These planets are from, I think they're just from a magazine page. I just thought they looked nice and sparkly, and I added it to the eye. I just sort of cut it out in the shape of the eye there. And then same idea, colored or matte black acrylic paint, splatters, nebulizations. This hand I did fussy cut it so that I wouldn't have to blend any edges in. And I did with the watches, and these I just punched out using a circle puncher. And the last completed page is this one, and this was from 2021. And this building was here, and this building was here. So everything else I painted out and added. I added a bunch of watches down at the bottom. This was from a magazine. I thought he'd look kind of cool in the end there. And then another watch here. And then I put a few birds on it. And for some reason, I think this building had a little extra tower here. So I put the bird there, but it felt unfinished. So I added some modern elements. So sort of like an anachronistic type of theme, because we also have like a what's that called? Satellite dish or something, radar dish. And this nebula was actually just ripped out of a magazine, and then I blended it in. And then I liked how the bird, I blended the feathers to become the water. And this little bird's kind of, they're looking at each other. And I liked having 3 birds. This moon was actually cut and torn from a magazine. And I liked how it sort of went with this curve. This one, I remember I liked having this blue, this like bright blue that turned into black, and bringing the blue elements. Oh, and obviously this hummingbird doesn't have a peacock tail. I added that peacock feather as his tail. So lots of fun. You just kind of, when I start these, I don't know if Dee Dee has a plan, but when I start them, I have like maybe a couple ideas, probably these 2 ideas, and then I just kind of see what I find that inspires me to add to it. So also keeping color themes, so not adding too many colors. Dee Dee also talks about, having like maybe 3 colors that you use. This one was a bit colorful because of the background, but the muted colors, I stuck with the muted colors, I think. I took all my tabs off. So this one was sort of like oranges and maroon with a hint of blue. So that's the idea. Now I'm just going to show you a few pages where I have some works in progress or ideas. So this, I don't know where this is going. It's just sort of, I glued these all on. And then this is, I'm not sure if this is going to be like a meteor. It's a bowling ball. It's going to be a meteor coming from inside the bridge. I don't know if I'm going to keep the bridge. So anyways, so that's just there. This one here, I thought I could add this element maybe right on top. I'm not sure. And then I liked how this piece here that I found, how it joined the statue to the rock formations down there. So I'm just showing you like how to approach pages. Here I had this extra dish, and I thought, oh, that would look kind of cool sitting on there, so I'll probably paint this out into space. I don't know what I'm going to add. This one here, I like the colors of this bird, and I thought it would be kind of cool to have either the rocks turning into the bird or the bird turning into the green. Maybe the feathers will come down here, and then above these rocks will be space all around. I had this piece torn out, and I thought, oh, that would be cool upside down, so we could have like reverse pyramids in the sky. And this was a leftover piece, so I might find some other, maybe like a jungle piece, and then put space in between them. I thought that would look cool. This one is in progress, so I painted out around the statue. I tried to use more of like a lighter, like a bluey black, because I thought it'd be cool to have like this be all underwater. So I'm gonna hopefully add little elements. I'm not sure how, but add little elements and then use that wispy technique to make this guy look like he's underwater. So I mean, some of these things I don't know how I'm gonna do them, but it's fun to think about it. This one I thought it'd be cool to add like a big, huge, giant polar bear, but I haven't found a polar bear, so we'll see. Maybe I'll have to paint one. This one, I came across this octopus, and I thought, I fussy cut him. I thought, wouldn't that be cool if he was like climbing up this building? And then I have some coral and just some jelly prints. I don't know, maybe I'll cut those into like seaweed. So these are all just seeds of ideas. Hopefully they'll inspire you to, you know, push yourself and go outside the box. This, I thought it'd be cool if they were like talking to each other. Maybe I could make like a little speech bubble, and then on like, they'd be on like a space cloud. So this would be space. I don't know if these will ever get done. This, I thought it might be interesting to color these with alcohol markers. I don't know if it would go through though. Let's do a test while we're here. Test here, because I might paint this part out anyhow. So let's just do, did like a piece there. So it doesn't really go through, so I might be able to do that. That would be a fun little project. And then, I don't know, maybe put some colorful fractal pieces down here. This I just thought was so beautiful, and I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I took this is from a calendar, 2020, and if I put this flower here, I could even fussy cut it. Maybe I would fussy cut it, I don't know. And then I could blend these colors across, like this sort of color here. And then it'd be cool if this orange color sort of spilt in and made like a little pool here in this section. Again, I don't know if it's doable with my skill level, but I could try. This was actually one of the first pages I did the reverse part. So here you can see this is the reverse collage part of it, where these statues were here, and I just painted it out with black. And I always thought that I'd come back in and do like, if you watch Avatar, The Last Airbender, they have these 4 elements: air, earth, fire, and water. I thought it'd be cool to have like fire. This would be like a fire one. This would be an earth one. I could put rocks. This would be, oh, this would be fire. This one would be air. So I'd have wispiness coming out, fire coming out of here. And then this sort of has like a water feel. So I could do like a water. So I always meant to come back and do that, and I never have. And lastly, I think this, oh no, there's a few more. This, I thought that kind of looks like an eye. And maybe I could turn that into a crocodile at the base of this pyramid. Little say no more, that's all I'll say. This one, again, I loved the colors, and I thought this is one of my botanical jelly prints. I could either maybe add, probably what I'll do is I'll fussy tear around this, and I'll put part of it here, and then maybe a piece over here, and then try to blend in the paint and just kind of keep it simple. And this one, I was kind of in a silly mood, and I thought it wouldn't be fun to just kind of, you know, do the cloud background, maybe make it brighter, and just put funny costumes, like paint, or maybe cut out shirts or paint shirts, or just sort of some silly sort of costumes on them. I mean, I'm not making light of these cultures or these you know, hidden ancient places. This is just a means of self-expression. It's not, I'm not putting forth any sort of ideology. I'm not disparaging this culture. I have great respect for all cultures and ancient cultures. I find it fascinating that there could be maybe an ancient prehistory that we don't know too much about. So anyhow, that's my video for hashtag Flip Through Friday. Let me know which page is your favorite. I'm going to end with my favorite page. It's probably this one. This is my most recent one. So thanks for watching. Please share this video if you enjoyed it. If you want to learn how to do this, I'm not doing a demo because I could not do it justice. Go check out Dee Dee Willingham. She's the master of the reverse collage. And just try it. It's, you know, it's fun. You don't have to show anybody what you do. Just play and have lots of fun. Thanks for watching. Bye.